Hey, how's it going everybody? It's me, Scott. Welcome to another unboxing. This is The Anarchy. This is from Bobby Hill, Garphill Games. If you don't know Garphill Games, you may have heard of Hadrian's Wall, which is a sort of draft and write game. Excellent solo game. The Anarchy is kind of the natural progression of that. It's not a follow-up to the story, but it is very based on the same system. This one's slightly different. You're going to be able to attack rather than just defend in this. The story at the end of 1135, Henry I, King of England, died unexpectedly, leaving no male heir to reign in his stead. Henry's daughter, Empress Matilda, believed she should rule by succession. However, the late king's favourite nephew, Stephen de Blois, was quicker to the throne, and with the help of his brother, the Bishop of Winchester, was crowned king. Those loyal to the Empress were enraged by Stephen's coronation and would not accept him to be their new ruler. Over the next 18 years, England saw a breakdown in law and order. A civil war spread throughout the country. This conflict came to be known as the Anarchy. In the Anarchy, players take on the role of English nobles loyal to the king. Stephen, over 5 rounds, players must build their domain, defend their castle from attacks of the approaching Angevin armies, storm strongholds loyal to Matilda with their own crafted siege weapons. The players who can accommodate the most bravery, loyalty, influence and might, whilst avoiding discontent, will prove to King Stephen they are the most loyal ally, granting them his largest earldom. It includes a solo 20 chapter solo campaign. It's 1 to 4 players, 13 and up, and 90 minutes play. There is more in this game than there is in Hadrian's Wall, and there's a lot in Hadrian's Wall. Let's take a little look. Okay, so this is the solo campaign book. So as we open this up, you'll see chapter 3, chapter 4. It's got various setup steps, and as you can see, there are all the chapters. Nice little book, that one as well. We've got the rulebook. It's a pretty beefy one. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see it. It's pretty large, I have to say. There's a lot of things you can do. Where Hadrian's Wall was relatively complex, I think this is taking it to another level. I think it's maybe a little bit clearer, but there's an awful lot to be taken on here. Here you can see all of the icons on the board. Right, what else do we have? We have various components. I'm going to come back to those in a second. We'll open these ones up first. So what we have here is some dice. They've all got little tiny pips on them, as you can see. And these are going to be used for marking the strength of your castle gates and your moat. So you can see we've got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 in here with pips, and the same with these blue dice. They're going to mark things on the board. We'll just grab one of these while we're doing it, because this is what we're talking about. You'll be putting these in here to show your castle strength. So there we go. You can see those in there. There are holes in these boards, so they can slide through. But we'll tuck that to the side just for now, because we also have in here these, and these are the same, but these are going to determine the strength of your walls. So we can place this here to say we've got a strength 1 wall. We can place this here to say we've got a strength 3 wall. So you can see we're starting to build up that. And then finally we've got these pieces, as you can see here. And this is going to determine whether your towers are strength 1 or strength 2. And you tuck those into the corner. So you end up building, let's just bring this up here, building a little castle, which is pretty cool, I have to say. As you can see from here, we've got this making sort of the foundations, the walls, the defense of our castle, which is pretty nice. So let's just tuck you to the side. So that's all of those things. What else have we got? We've got a load of cards and a load of little board pieces. Now these we'll open up, and they are going to form a bit like Hadrian's Wall. If you haven't played Hadrian's Wall, I'd highly recommend it first of all. But what this is showing us is kind of each year, and over these years, this is where we're going to be attacking castles. These are the attacks we're going to face. These are the rewards for defending those things. So we're going to be building that up as we go. We've got 4 little castles, as we know, so we'll tuck those out of the way. We've got some bags, so each one of these components you can put in its own bag. I'm just going to take the rest of the boards out, and then we'll come back to it. This is the this is the major board, so this is where you're showing attacks and stuff, and I think this is where the castles that you could attack go. So you'll be able to place castles on here, and this is where you'll be able to attack them. So that's pretty interesting. It's different, very different to Hadrian's Wall. Then we have the last 2 components really. We've got the token board, so you can see here, I presume this is a first player token, I don't know, but various tokens, coins, and various other bits and pieces here. I don't know what all of those do. And then this is where you play the game. So you can see here, I think there should be 2 of these. Is there only 1? There should be 2. Maybe they're stuck together? I think there's meant to be 2 anyway. We'll have a little look at these in a second, but essentially what you're doing on these is, yeah, I think they're 2-sided, so I think we rip that off, and now we've got the 2 pages. I'll zoom out in a second, but as you can see, these are different, and if we zoom out a little bit, you can see that these go side by side, and then you can work your way through ticking some of these boxes, and there's an awful lot of them. Let's just zoom in again and see if we can talk about some of these things. So similar to Hadrian's Wall, we've got kind of gates and towers and walls and moat. So we're going to be spending these resources. So you can see here a little black meeple and a wood, and we'll cross this out, and that will get us a gate here and a little white meeple. And there are going to be other things on this board that you can then use for other bits and pieces. So everything you do in this game is kind of opening up more things to cross out. We've got our sort of major score tracks at the bottom here: bravery, loyalty, influence and might. We've got our discontent around here. We've got all sorts of stuff going on this. There's an awful lot on this in comparison to when you look at the Hadrian's Wall sheet. And then we've got the second one, which is more about kind of the things that can happen within your castle, as far as I'm aware. So we've got tournaments, we've got chapels, we've got tactics and small keeps, and all sorts of other things, all sorts of stuff. St. Valentine's Day's festival. So again, you're going to be marking things off here and unlocking various things elsewhere. These are people getting married. I think there's lots going on this. It's going to be a lot to learn, but I have to say I really enjoyed playing Hadrian's Wall. I have no doubt I'm going to enjoy this as well. Let's just have a look at some of these cards. I've got, for once, I've come prepared, and I've got a knife. So let's just dig into some of these so you can see some of the cards. And again, I don't know what all of these cards do, but here we can see various different cards with icons, a number next to the two genders, so 2 sexes, sorry. So they're going to sort of mark off the numbers as you go. This might be a research thing, I'm not 100% sure. This one is for jousting, I know that, so you can see there's a shield and a sword. We'll turn over 2 of these and see if an attack gets through, and I'm not 100% sure what these bottom bits are as well. So there's an awful lot of these cards, and then there's these cards, which I think are the attacks. So you can see attack coming from the left and the bottom, and where you need walls, and if there's ladders involved, and various other things. So we'll learn about these as we go, because I don't know enough about them. Then there's another deck of cards, so let's get into this one. Okay, and we've got more attacks, it looks like. Various attacks coming from all locations. There's an awful lot there. And then even more cards for the same things that we were looking at. I don't know if these are different coloured ones, so you've got different players. Yeah, it looks like it. So yellow, and then blue, and then so on and so on. I don't know if these ones had on the other side anything different. I think they were all the same. I think this is what the actual attack is, and I think this side you get to see when you're sort of planning to know where attacks might be coming from. I think that's how it works. I might not be correct on that, but as I say, we'll learn when we get to it. Okay, so that's all of those. Then there's some more cards, so we'll just open these up as well, because then we'll get into the final piece of this puzzle, which is all of these when we get there. But let's dive into these cards as well. Lots more cards than you get in Hadrian's Wall as well. Looks like everything has been sort of a progression of the stuff we saw in Hadrian's Wall. So again, we've got our resources here. And then we've got our victory scoring point opportunity. So complete chapel levels, final discontent. But each one of these cards, you're going to have to choose from one of them as to what mission you're doing, and then you'll get the resources from the other one, or how you're going to attempt to score. Then we've got player turn cards. Again, awful lot going on here. Not sure how these work. I think this is the different types of attack you could be facing. And then we've got the castles that we could go and attack. So you can see here, what we need to attack these castles and clear them. And they look like they increase based on size. And I'm not sure what these ones are. These might be your defense level. I'm not sure if you're defending attacks. There's an awful lot here. There might just be that there aren't. These might be solo things, I guess. Not 100% sure on that. And then we've got more things going on here as well. I don't know how all of these work. But I'm excited to find out. So apologies that I can't tell you more on those, but there's an awful lot to sink our teeth into. I'm a little bit worried about how big the instruction book is. 40 pages. Okay, and then let's have a little look at the resources, shall we? So, dive into these. We have some bread. There you go. There's some bread tokens. We're going to be using that for various things, feeding people, obviously, storming castles as well. We have these markers here, which I think are the sort of your player markers if you're playing multiplayer. You can see these little sort of castle tops, I guess, ramparts, I'm not sure. Tents, maybe they're tents if you're staging an attack. Then we have some wood tokens. You can see little logs of wood there, branches. Love that. So that's those, and then we get into the people resource. So there are 5 different colours, maybe, I'm not sure. And I'm not sure what they do, but you can see we've got little yellow ones, blue ones, red ones. There's white ones in here as well that we didn't, or grey ones I think that we didn't get out. But there you go, that is all of the little meeples as well. There's an awful lot of them, as you can see. There's a huge amount of them. I guess because you may be playing this multiplayer, but I suspect a lot of people, there's not a lot of interaction as far as I'm aware. Might be different in this one if you're having to attack castles, it might be different, but I think there's not a huge amount of interaction in the first game. So this one I suspect will be the same. This was The Anarchy. I hope you enjoyed it. We are going to play it on the channel, so if you want to check out the channel, please go and hit the subscribe button, the like button, all of those things. Share this video, it all really helps. Let me know in the comments if you're picking up this game, if you've got this game, if you've got any other Garphill games and which ones I should check out. I did also pick up the Scholars of South Tigris, which we're going to do an unboxing of shortly. But yeah, there you go. This was The Anarchy. Thank you so much for watching. Check us out on the socials as well. I really appreciate it. See you soon.